Now, I want to take you to Alice Springs, where the town's alcohol restrictions, we learned, I think yesterday, that they've been extended for at least another 2 years. Now, data released by the Northern Territory Parliament's Budget Estimates Committee, and these figures are quite remarkable, show that more than 7,000 domestic violent incidents in Alice Springs took place between July and December last year. That figure's almost impossible to believe. That's more than 35 a day for a town of 25,000 people. And that's when there was no grog ban for most of that year. Domestic violence-related assault went up 48%. Alcohol-related assault was up 53%. So what's now the situation with these grog bans in place? Joining me for an update is the Mayor of Alice Springs, Matt Paterson. Matt, great to catch up again. You have to say these alcohol bans have been a success, haven't they?
Look, thanks for having me. In part, yes. I mean, I think where we are today, those stats wouldn't have been so high in the first place if we didn't remove the stronger futures. I mean, the community begged government not to remove them because those numbers were the script that they were told would happen. They removed them, and so we've gone back to the future, really.
What's the community attitude now to the alcohol bans? Are they largely supportive, Matt?
No, they're not. The bans that come in January will be because the Prime Minister visited, and I think it was the really short, sharp circuit breaker that we were asking for. You know, we've got 99% of the population here doing the right thing, but now we've got some of the strictest alcohol laws in the country. No takeaway alcohol Monday, Tuesday, and the hours have been shortened, among a range of other things that have been put in place. What's happened is that it's just affecting everyone now, and we understand that it was the short, sharp piece we needed, but now we've extended it on indefinitely, basically. So we talk about livability and we want population growth, but it's becoming a very hard place to market for tourism and for residents to come and move to Alice Springs, because we keep making these policy decisions on the run because we made dumb policy decisions 12 months ago.
I was going to ask you about the impact on tourism. Do tourists, can't they prepare themselves? I mean, you say there's no takeaway Monday, Tuesday, but I presume that on Sunday you can stock up for Monday, Tuesday, can't you?
Yeah, absolutely you can. But if you don't know, you can't. And you know that if you're driving a caravan, we've got a pretty big drive market in Alice Springs, north and south. If you don't know, then you're 2 days without. Now, I'm not saying that, you know, let's open the floodgates back to how it was. There's a range of things that they've put in place, but again, it does affect that tourism market. I think that the restrictions have worked to a certain point, but it was that short, sharp piece. And don't forget, Steve, we were talking about two problems over summer. One was alcohol and one was youth crime. We seem to be doing a whole lot of things in the space of alcohol, yet we're just kicking the can down the road in regards to youth crime. In some instances, they're intertwined, but then, you know, they are two separate issues as well.
I was going to ask you that. You and I talked a number of times on radio during that period when youth crime was at its peak. The media moves on. Luckily for us, Sky has Matt Cunningham, who keeps his eye on these things from Darwin and the Alice. What is the street crime situation like at the moment, Matt?
Yeah, it's certainly lower, and that's seasonal though, and we've got to go back. We can't compare stats today from December. Every year, crime peaks in the summer months and lowers in winter months. I mean, it's you know, sub-zero outside. Clearly, we're not going to see hundreds of youths out on the street with the weather the way it is. We need to amp up ready for summer. So we're seeing it low right now, but we see that every year. So that's, you know, that's one of the things you can't get sucked into the statistics of looking back, comparing July with December, because you're comparing apples with oranges. And I appreciate that might be difficult for interstate people to understand, but in Alice Springs or Central Australia, from October to March, usually we have a much, much higher crime rate than we would from March to October.
Well, it's great to get the detail from someone who's actually on the ground. Matt Paterson, thank you very much.